Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your very first time here, you are very much welcome. My name is Raisa and I film content on lifestyle, education and vlogs, and that's education pertaining to helping people who are interested in pursuing their studies in Canada, international students to be precise. So feel free to hit the subscribe button to join the channel, because fam, where have you been? Because yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You've been missing out. But welcome. Hit the subscribe button, okay? And I want to be your friend. Leave a comment down below as well. And thank you so much. In today's video, we're going to cover how to write a statement of purpose. A lot of you guys have requested this video. Some people have said I should send them my own copy of what I did. So those of you who have asked me to read my own, to send you my statement of purpose, I'm sorry. I really can't get hold of my statement of purpose at the moment. But I'm going to tell you how you can write yours. Unfortunately, no, this is just a guide to help you to come up with something of your own. Also, if this video is too long, I'm going to try to put timestamps, just so that if you cannot listen to everything I have to say, you can just skip or fast forward it and then listen to the section that interests you. Honestly, everybody has a whole version about how to write a statement of purpose, and even if you're watching this video, you definitely have written essays before, so you should have an idea of how you think this kind of document should look like. Okay, this video is going to cover three things. First thing, we're going to talk about what a statement of purpose is. Secondly, we're going to talk about the structure of a statement of purpose. And then thirdly, we're going to talk about the things that you should do and not do on your statement of purpose. And permit me, I'm going to continue saying SOP. When I say SOP, you know I'm talking about the statement of purpose. I have my pen and my notebook here, so in case you're wondering why I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. So the first thing, like I said, is to ask, what is a statement of purpose? What is an SOP? An SOP is a supporting document that you submit alongside your application for a Canadian study permit. And it's also an opportunity for you to sell yourself out to the visa officer as to why they should give you the study permit. Why should I give you this Canadian visa? Of everybody that's applying, why do you think you deserve to get one? Do you understand? So you've gotten your admission letter, and then now you're trying to apply for a Canadian study permit. So the admission letter is for you to get admitted to the university, but how do you then come to Canada? This is what helps the visa officer to decide whether they will give you a study permit or not. Essentially, an SOP is also a form of essay, but you're writing about yourself in that essay. So you're talking about who you are, you're talking about yourself, you're talking about your choice of program, you're talking about your intent of coming to Canada. So these three main things that you're addressing, that you're stating these things and explaining and developing them into paragraphs. Now, the structure of a statement of purpose. The structure of a statement of purpose, like every other essays that you've been writing, you have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The difference is what goes into the body. In the body, you're going to talk about your work experience and you're going to talk about your academic history. Now, let's talk about the length of the SOP. The length of an SOP should not be more than 5 pages. 4 pages is even much. 3 pages even more. If you can even do it in 2 pages, that would be very good. 2 pages, sometimes 1 page. 1 page is even perfect, because if in 1 page, if you can squeeze the important things and write it down, honestly, you're good. Nobody has time to be reading 5 pages of work. Meanwhile, there's thousands of applications that they have never even covered in that day. It's only your SOP that they will sit on. No, now. So you will just make sure that you write everything in a concise and clear manner and very, very elaborate. We go now to talk about what you need to write, questions you need to answer when you're writing a statement of purpose. Okay, that's still in the structure. So I wrote this ones down. Honestly, there's a lot of material out there. If you cannot read it, I'm gonna help you with it. Let's just be honest about that now. So yeah, in your plan, what are you going to write? You're going to talk about, why do you want to study in Canada? So you're answering the question to why Canada? Why do you want to study this particular program you've chosen? So that's the first thing that you're trying to answer. So you're answering that question, and then you're moving on to answer the next question, which is about, what are your educational goals? Like, you've picked this program, what is your goal with it? What are you aiming for? That's the next thing that you're writing that. The third one is like, okay, why do you want to study in Canada? Why can you not study this particular program in your home country? Why do you feel the need to leave your country, leave everything you have, and come and study in Canada? So how do you explain that? Because definitely some of the what's it called, some of the programs I want to come and study here, they're offering them back home, but then you want to leave your own country to come and study in Canada. Why? So why should I give you a visa to come and study? A lot of times some people will say it depends. Like someone like me, I was doing petroleum, I did geology back in my university and I'm coming to study engineering. You know, back in my country, we did have petroleum engineering schools. When you study geology, they'll be like, okay, what next? To me, it's a link, like it's a career path that follows. So geology has a link to petroleum engineering in regards to the oil thing, the oil sector. So I was able to link that with my petroleum engineering that I came and studied in Canada. And then for future, what do we do in my country compared to Canada? Canada has more oil companies, is more prospective in that sense. And the next question to ask is what research have you done into your own studies in your country? You know, so what research have you done? If you've done any research back home on something, like if you've done any volunteer experience, if you've done things like internships, all those kind of things, because you're doing an internship, at the end of the day you write an internship report, right? So you've done your own research. So how in your country? So explain it and link it to Canada, link it to it, just link everything. Close gaps in your applications. Close any gaps. If it's that you did not go to school after a certain period, you stayed at home, find something that you did that gave you a certain skill. You can link to the program you want to study. With business, it's so easy because if you study something different, you want to come and study business, you definitely must have been doing something, selling, anything, and now you want to come and upgrade, take a certificate program, get a diploma program or something that's going to enhance and going to upgrade your skills in that field, and you feel like it's going to be a contribution to the Canadian economy as well. Now moving on, the next question you want to answer is what ties do you have to your country of citizenship? This is the reason why many people are denied. They have not shown that you are going to go back to your country. Definitely you're leaving your family back home. If you have a business back home, if you have certain investments, and I mean like cash investments, you're also leaving those things back home. Even as back in Cameroon, we don't have we have oil, right? But it's not as in Canada. At the same time, how do I prove to him that even at the end of the day, I'm going to like go back home? So I want to also come and develop my own country. Even if I'm coming to study here, I just want to gain skills. You know, I want to gain skills that we don't have. And in the future, I'm going to return home and I'm going to open my own industry. You never know. I'm going to start my own. I'm going to bring the skills I have acquired from Canada and I'm going to take it back home. So that's one of it. That's how you should just link all these things. Now, the next thing you're going to answer is you're going to give details of your education history, course that you took, the qualifications that you got, the degree that you earned from there, and then you link it to the course that you plan on studying in Canada. The next question you need to answer in your statement of purpose is how do you plan on supporting yourself while you're here, like financially? If you have a sponsor, you say you have a sponsor, and make sure you attach a document that shows that you have a sponsor, your relationship with that sponsor, okay? And if it's your parents that are doing it, you know that your parents are doing it. You show your birth certificate, you're related to this person. Yeah, this is your father, this is your mother, this is it. It's the way you put supporting documents. Don't just be like, I see evidence.
Breaking news. I have gotten the evidence that I need to show you.
Why should I not give it to her? You know, like this, you explain everything, connect those missing links. So you understand? So you attach all those documents so that they're not like, okay, what is this one saying? Next thing is, how will this program help your employment opportunities at the end of the day? So everything is just connected. Now, how do you write an SOP? So you have to just start writing already. Come up with a plan and then start typing. It's something that you want to start writing early. Okay, trust me. Open your Word documents and then type introduction. My name is this. At least when you start writing, the ideas start coming a little bit, right? You're writing down things that are important, things that are relevant for the other person that's on the other side, on the other end, to know what you're talking about or to know about you. Things that make you unique, things that make you you. You know, that's what you're writing about. At this point, when you're starting to write, you're not yet proofreading, you're just starting to write. You're not editing yet, you're just writing, you're just pouring your things out there. By the time you're done, you know that, okay, it's going to help you, it's going to guide you now to develop those points. Now, schooled in this place, how do you develop that point? Don't wait until last minute, because when you wait until last minute, it limits your creative abilities. Like, I heard this thing from somewhere, one lady was talking about that. She was like, if you don't start early to write stuff down, it's going to limit your creative ability. Okay, you're going to just write fast and you're going to rush over it. Definitely, when you start writing, trust me, you'll get stuck. You will sit down, you'll be like, I don't know what to write. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. What should I say here? What should I say here? You will get stuck, but it's fine. No, when you get stuck, leave it. Come back to it after. That's why you should start writing early. don't start rushing over it. Okay, so the goal of the statement of purpose is to tell your story. Tell your story. The reason why it's important to tell your story is because nobody can tell your story better than you. So you're making sure that as you're saying this story, somebody can connect with it, because it's always very, very appealing when somebody writes something and you can feel the right thing. So let it just be unique to you. Okay, so that's the structure of an SOP. So let's talk about this one. So before you write an SOP, what do you need to do? So you have to know what you want to study in Canada first, the program that you want to pursue. If there are any gaps in your application, you should be able to know how you're going to fill those gaps. Don't leave anything hanging. I've already mentioned this in your study permit in a video where I did on how to apply for a study permit. I think I mentioned this there, so you can check out that video. I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen so you can just check it out. Okay, and this is where you have to explain any loopholes that are hanging or that are missing in your life to the visa officer, so that they're not questioning why. So you're answering every why in it. You're answering why, when, how, what, like, do you understand? So think of how to write your story. Know what you want to study and think of it as, is it something that aligns with the career path you want to study? Ensure that you know your career path and how it links to it. Also, you have to think of the skills that you have. Think of any professional experience that you've had before and link it to your application. So after you've come up and you've realized all the skills that you have, start thinking of your experiences. Okay, and this is the time where you have to sit back and then you think of how your experiences intersect with your skills. Like if you've had an internship experience, if you had volunteering experience, make sure you explain it, you put it in the application and then link it to your studies or to what program you want to come and study in Canada, so that they will know that you have a reason. They should see why you want to come here. Okay, so now let's talk about the things that you should do and the things that you should not do when you're writing a statement of purpose or an SOP. Okay, so for the things that you should do, mention your experiences and make sure you talk about relevant things. It's not everything that you write, right? You will not talk about everything because some things are just not relevant for that particular purpose. Also, another thing you should do is organize your work. Like I said, it should be a good structure. Write in simple language. Personalize it. If write stories, don't write statements. Don't come and say I am a very this person. No, write a story. Instead of saying that I am just a very passionate person, you explain something that brings out your passion for that thing. Do you understand? Does it make sense? Then what you need to do is also you proofread your work, you edit your work, correct all the mistakes, all the spelling errors. Another thing I should do is that at the end of the day, when you're writing your conclusion, make sure that you reinstate all what you have been saying. That is going to give the strong conclusion. You mention your future and career plans again. Always get a second opinion, because one thing that we do is that when you write something here, there's this tendency to just feel like you have written the best thing, right? But that's not the case. Always get a second opinion. Always give your sister to read for you, give your teacher, or give somebody that you know that can write very well. If you can pay somebody that can read, that can do it for you, go and pay and then get it done, get it proofread, just so that you get what the person thinks. Because what that person would think or what that person can see, that's what the person that you're addressing this statement of purpose to could also see. So the earlier, if somebody sees it for you, that's good, better. On the things that you should not do, please don't use big grammar. Write it simple and clear. Use impressive language, but not grammar. This is not the time to come and show your vocabulary or to show that you know English. Allow it to flow. Let your personality be felt and let your personality guide you. Just be real and do you. Last thing, don't copy and paste. Don't plagiarize. If you go online, you will find templates of what you should write. So use those guides to write. Use those guides. Even as I've said in this video, use this guide. Don't go and copy somebody's one statement, because trust me, they use all these softwares that will go and pick out the ones that have been copied, and they'll know that it's not authentic. This is not an authentic document. This is a document that has been copied from the internet, or it has been taken from somebody. And you're coming to show us that you want to come to Canada and you want me to give you a visa? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, sis. That's not gonna happen. So don't plagiarize. So just be happy that these templates or that you find are helping. Do your own, because you're the only person. And the same way that A is going to say something, it's not the same way that B is going to say something. They'll say it differently. They might be saying the same thing, but they'll say it in a different way, with different English and different words. Okay, so let's be wise, guys. Let's just be wise out there. Statement of purpose, statement of purpose. Yes, 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 we all want that. Make sure you write your own. You've lived your life. I cannot emphasize that enough. So yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this is going to help you to, you know, to sit down and take a pen and paper and come up with your own and develop your own stories. Okay, so anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please do hit the like button and make sure you share this video so that it goes out right there. Let's spread it, spread the word, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet done so. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Mwah! See you.